Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is a dry snuff review, nasal snuff. This is the number 7 review, final review of group number 4, and we will be taking a look at F.U.B.A.R Snuff, their Grunt, which I believe is a natural, but I'm a little bit confused as to what they may mean by natural. So I erroneously, in error, I said during a community page update yesterday that this was an American product. Looking at the product, there's sort of obvious reasons why, but the main reason I was stating that it was an American product was because over at Mr. Snuff, where I got this, it was listed under the U.S. products. Somebody corrected me, said it was made in India. I took a closer look at the side, and it is, which makes sense because it is in a type of container that Indian products come in. So I'm wondering to myself why they would make a mistake like, well, they didn't make a mistake. They probably didn't make a mistake at all. This is made in India for MrSnuff.com, which that's it's a little sketchy. That tells me they're just false advertising and know it, So it is a plastic lift-off lid tin. It is 5 grams. All right. It has the camo labeling, warning right there. Yet another OD green American flag. Snuff plain. And the fact in very, very, very small print rather, that it is made in India. Nothing on the bottom. You can see that it is in a shrink wrap though. On the front, it has the company name, the fact that it's Snuff, and which snuff this is from them. They have a number. This is called Grunt, and there is another warning label. Now, this is part of Group 4, as I said, and Group 4, with the exception of 2 products, have been the running theme of Group 4 is that it is high nicotine products. So this is F.U.B.A.R. Now, for those of you not familiar with F.U.B.A.R, it is a World War II era acronym, mostly used in the United States Army, in Europe. Not quite sure if the Marines used it as well. Probably did, but maybe not to the same extent. It stands for F'd up, beyond all recognition. So I'm going to open it up. I did not do any nasal snuff today, so there is most likely going to be sneezing. Let me see if I can level this. Although the last couple times I've done the slap and slide technique, it really hasn't worked out that well. The lid is tight. What the heck? Okay. Wow, that's some dark stuff. Now, I am not quite sure what they are going to be meaning by natural. I don't know if this is an SP, if there's going to be bergamot in it, or... It smells good. It smells good, but it is very dark, and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to get... It's really dark stuff. If you look at the shadowing there, that is probably on this camera closer to what it looks like in person. It's dark. It smells pretty good. I am not picking up any citrus whatsoever. It's really dark. It's a dark chocolate color. So I am going to just pinch with this, I think, because I'm not knocking any out on my hand. So let's give it a try here. Okay, it's strong. It's not making me sneeze surprisingly yet, but I'm going to get the lid back on. Oh, here we go. It's okay, Duncan. My hands are tingling a little bit in the fingertips. Holy crap. Okay, so it is fairly dry stuff and very fine grind. All right. It's going to be easy to take this too far. I did not, somewhat thinking that I'd have to be careful with that. But it is a fine grind. It is very finely milled. And it is... I can't believe I've only sneezed twice with this. I think that's it. And it leans dry. Now, mind you, if you're not familiar with nasal snuff, when I say leans dry, moisture's higher, etc., we're not talking about dip levels of moisture here. All right, this is not dip, not chew. Overall, dry snuffs are, from a dipper's perspective, all dry snuffs. All right, there are ones with higher moisture levels and there are ones with lower moisture levels, but you're not dealing with moisture levels like you would be in a can of Copenhagen or a can of Grizzly. All right, all moisture levels are much lower than that. This stuff, though, is really fine and pretty darn dry, so it's going to be real easy for you to take it up too far. Now, I did not, but that was because I was trying to avoid going absolutely berserk, sneezing. So I'm going to try a little bit more of it in a second. And if it hits me the way the first one did, we'll know that the nicotine is definitely there. And I think it is. The misdirection, that's a little sketchy. I've never encountered anything like that with Mr. Snuff, but that's false advertising. Putting U.S. OD flags all over the product. I should have known, because it did strike me as odd. The container is what a lot of Indian companies use. And then to find out that it is actually made in India, that's worse. And then to find out that it's made in India for MrSnuff.com, that's purposely misleading. And I do not like stuff like that at all. But that is the first fault I have found with Mr. Snuff. Now, as I have said over and over and over again, I am not affiliated with them at all. I use them because they have all these companies. I cannot get this lid back on. Okay, there we go. They have all these companies that I have reviewed under one roof. That's basically it. Now, there is another online snuff retailer. It is the Snuff Store. All it is MrSnuff.com under a different guise. It's the same people. Outside of that, usually European smoke shops have nasal snuff, and usually nasal snuff companies have their own websites where they do sales. But instead of dealing with the shipping and handling from 20 different places, probably, I don't know how many different companies I've gone through. It's just easier to go to Mr. Snuff. Anyway, the scent on this is a natural, but there is no bergamot. All right, so it's not really an SP. It is basically what it says. It is just natural. Now, do not get in your head that natural, like natural dip. There is obviously no salt content in this, which is good because you're putting it up your nose and that would probably not work out too well. But it is a very natural, this one in particular is very dark and it registers as dark. The scent of it registers as dark. I'll show it to you again. I don't know if putting light on it is actually making it better or giving you a better idea. So I may just try to show it. Actually, that without the light being put on it is closer. But in person, it's even darker than that, what it's showing right now. So I am going to take another small pinch of this and see if it hits me the second time. I'm going to put the lid back on because I can't believe I got away with 2 sneezes before. I have a feeling my luck is about to run out here. If I do start sneezing to the point where I can't stop, I'll probably hit the pause button. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Yeah. Affects the eyes. It's okay. It's okay, Duncan. Daddy's fine. It's pretty darn strong. You know what? I do not think it is as strong, though, as that Seville was. But I think I like this more. The Seville was just too perfume-ish for my liking. That was the last review. The one, I don't know how many back it is. It might be 2 or 3 back. The Thor's Hammer was all right, and that was really strong too. This is all right. This stuff is cheaper than both of them, though. I mean, this stuff is pretty darn cheap. In fact, I should have questioned that. After seeing the container was in an Indian format, I should have questioned the price because this was under, I think it was under $2. It was Indian pricing on this, and I should have realized. So, it's a dark, fine milled, dry leaning, natural nasal snuff. All right. It registers as natural. There is no bergamot. There is no citrus. It is not an SP. It is just plain tobacco. Dark tobacco, though, and it registers as dark in the scent. As I said, it's fine milled. All right, and it is on the dry side, so you want to be careful. Don't inhale too hard or it will hit you in the back of the throat. I've gotten away twice now with it not, so that's good, but it very easily could. I could see that happening. It's just natural tobacco. It's just natural tobacco. No citrus, no salt. It's just tobacco, and the tobacco is dark. The nicotine is definitely there. It is strong. It may not be as strong as the Seville or the Thor's Hammer, but it's definitely present and stronger than a normal nasal snuff. All right. So this has been the review of F.U.B.A.R Snuff, their Grunt, in the 5-gram lift-off lid container. This is the final review of Group 4. I do have one more standalone American product that I will be doing, but although there has been shots of success with the funding through PayPal, until there is more success, this and that upcoming American, which I'll probably do before the new year, will be the last nasal snuffs done for the foreseeable future. I'm going to cut off the overseas order. So, at some point, if I have more success with the PayPal funding, the PayPal's in the video descriptions of these videos since December 1st. If I have more success and to the point where money is freed up, then we'll be doing nasal stuff again. But at this time, I am suspending that indefinitely. All right. There is one more, and I will show you now. That's coming. It is as far as the American products go, it is different from the normal run, I believe, from what I've heard. And that is Railroad Mills Checkerberry. It will be done before the new year. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. Do check out my line channels on my homepage. Those are the guys that I associate with here on YouTube. As I said before, there is a PayPal link in the description. I am looking for small donations, nothing crazy. And I'll see you in 48 hours. All right? I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.